Do you understand English, but struggle to speak it? You can watch English videos. You can understand movies. You can read articles. You may even know hundreds or thousands of English words. But when someone suddenly asks you a question in English, everything changes. You know what you want to say, but the words don't come out. You think in your native language. You translate. You check your grammar. You worry about your pronunciation. And suddenly, a simple sentence becomes a difficult task. If this happens to you, don't worry. You are not bad at English. You simply need more speaking practice. And in today's video, we're going to practice together. Not just study English. Not just learn vocabulary. We're going to train the most important skill. Actually speaking. Research and teaching guidance from the British Council consistently emphasize that speaking is a skill that improves through active practice, while recording yourself, repeating useful language, listening carefully, and correcting mistakes can support fluency and pronunciation. So for the next 20 minutes, imagine that we're sitting together and practicing English. You don't need a teacher. You don't need a classroom. And you don't need to speak perfectly. You only need one thing: the courage to speak. Let's begin. Part 1. The Golden Rule of Speaking. Before we practice, remember one important rule. Do not translate every sentence in your head. This is one of the biggest reasons English learners speak slowly. For example, imagine you want to say, "I am going to the market because I need to buy some vegetables." Your brain may first create the sentence in your native language. Then you search for the English words. Then you think about grammar. Then you worry about pronunciation. By the time you finish, the conversation has moved on. Instead, we want to train your brain to create simple English directly. So don't start with complicated sentences. Start small. Look around you. Say, "I am sitting in my room. My phone is on the table. I am watching an English video. I want to improve my speaking. Today, I am going to practice English." Simple sentences. But don't underestimate them. These sentences are training your brain to produce English automatically. And that's what we want. Not perfect English. Automatic English. Part 2. Warm-up. Wake up your English brain. Let's start with a quick warm-up. I'll give you a sentence. Your job is to repeat it out loud. Don't just listen. Speak. Ready? I am learning English every day. Now you. I am learning English every day. Good. Next. I want to speak English with confidence. Your turn. I want to speak English with confidence. Excellent. Now. I don't need to be perfect. Say it. I don't need to be perfect. Again, but with confidence. I don't need to be perfect. Good. Now this one. I can make mistakes and keep speaking. Your turn. I can make mistakes and keep speaking. Excellent. And remember that sentence, because it's one of the most important ideas in language learning. I can make mistakes and keep speaking. Part 3. Practice with simple questions. Now we're going to practice something you can use in real conversations. I'll ask you a question. Pause mentally for a moment. And answer in English. Don't worry about creating a perfect answer. Just speak. Ready? What's your name? Answer out loud. My name is. Good. Next question. Where are you from? You could say, I'm from India. Or, I'm from Kolkata. Or, I'm from a small town in India. Now you. Where are you from? Speak. Good. Next question. What do you do? You can say, I work in a shop. I work from home. I'm a student. I work in marketing. Or simply, I have a full-time job. Now answer. What do you do? Good. Next. What do you usually do in your free time? You could say, in my free time, I like watching movies. Or, I usually listen to music. Or, I enjoy playing cricket. Now give your own answer. Don't copy mine. Create your own sentence. Good. Next question. What did you do yesterday? Remember, this is past tense. You could say, yesterday I went to work. I watched a movie. I met a friend. I stayed at home. Now speak. What did you do yesterday? Excellent. One more. What are you going to do tomorrow? You can say, tomorrow I'm going to work. I'm going to study English. I'm going to meet my friend. Now answer. What are you going to do tomorrow? Great. You just practiced 3 important time frames. Past, present, future. And you did it by speaking, not by memorizing grammar rules. Part 4, the 3-second rule. Now we're going to make things more challenging. I want you to answer quickly. Don't spend 10 seconds searching for the perfect sentence. Use the 3-second rule. I'll ask a question. You have about 3 seconds. Then speak. Ready? What's your favorite food? Go. Good. What's your favorite movie? Go. Good. What's your favorite season? Go. Excellent. Do you like traveling? Why? Go. Good. What's one thing you want to learn? Go. Excellent. What makes you happy? Go. Good. This exercise is important because real conversations don't give you unlimited preparation time. You need to train your brain to retrieve language quickly. And there's another important point. If you don't know a word, don't stop. Find another way to explain it. For example, imagine you forget the word umbrella. Don't freeze. Say, the thing we use when it rains. That's communication. Maybe you forget the word photographer. Say, someone who takes photos. You don't need the perfect word. You need a way to continue. That's a powerful speaking skill. Part 5, speaking with sentence patterns. Now let's practice sentence patterns. This is much more useful than memorizing random vocabulary. I'll give you a pattern. Then you create your own sentence. Pattern number 1. I usually. For example, I usually wake up at 7. Now you. I usually. Complete the sentence. Good. Next. I enjoy. For example, I enjoy listening to music. Now create your own. I enjoy. Good. Next. I'm interested in. For example, I'm interested in learning English. Your turn. I'm interested in. Excellent. Next. I'm trying to. For example, I'm trying to improve my speaking. Now you. I'm trying to. Good. Next. I would like to. For example, I would like to travel around the world. Your turn. I would like to. Excellent. These patterns are powerful because you can reuse them again and again. You're not memorizing one sentence. You're learning a structure that can produce dozens of sentences. British Council guidance also recommends learning useful phrases and practicing them in context, rather than treating vocabulary as isolated words. Part 6, SHADOWNG Practice. Now we're going to practice pronunciation and rhythm. This exercise is called shadowing. The idea is simple. You listen to a sentence, then repeat it as naturally as possible. Pay attention to stress, rhythm, intonation, and connected speech. This type of listen, repeat, record, compare practice is recommended by the British Council for Pronunciation Development. Let's practice. Listen. I've been learning English for a while. Now repeat. I've been learning English for a while. Again. I've been learning English for a while. Good. Next. I don't know exactly what you mean. Your turn. I don't know exactly what you mean. Again. I don't know exactly what you mean. Excellent. Next. I'm not sure, but I think you're right. Your turn. I'm not sure, but I think you're right. Again. I'm not sure, but I think you're right. Good. Next. What do you think about it? Your turn. What do you think about it? Again. What do you think about it? Excellent. One more. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Your turn. I'm looking forward to seeing you. Great. Don't worry if your pronunciation isn't exactly like mine. The goal isn't to copy an accent perfectly. The goal is to make your speech clearer, smoother, and more natural. Part 7, tell me about your day. Now we're moving into real speaking. I'm going to give you a topic. Your topic is my daily routine. You have 1 minute. Talk about your day. You can start like this. I usually wake up at. After I wake up. Then after breakfast. Later in the day. In the evening. Before I go to bed. Now. Speak. Don't read. Don't translate. Just talk. Go. There. Good. If you stopped several times, that's completely fine. If you made grammar mistakes, that's fine too. The important thing is that you spoke. Now we're going to do something interesting. Talk about the same topic again. Yes. The same topic. Why? Because repetition allows you to reuse ideas and language. The British Council specifically notes that recording yourself and revisiting the same topic can make ideas and words flow more easily the next time. This time, try to speak more smoothly. Use fewer pauses. Connect your ideas. Start again. My daily routine. Speak. Excellent. Did the second attempt feel easier? Probably. That's exactly what we're training. Part 8, describe a picture in your mind. Now let's make your brain work harder. Imagine you're standing in a busy city street. There are cars everywhere. People are walking. Some people are talking on their phones. A man is riding a bicycle. A woman is carrying a shopping bag. There is a small restaurant on the corner. Now describe the scene in English. Start with, I can see. I can see many people. There are several cars. On the left. On the right. In the background. One person is. Now continue. Speak for 30 seconds. Go. Good. Now add your opinion. Maybe say, I think this place is very busy. It looks like a crowded city. I would probably visit that restaurant. I don't like crowded places. Now you're doing something important. You're not just describing. You're thinking in English. Part 9, opinion practice. Real conversations aren't only about facts. People ask for your opinion. So let's practice. Question number 1. Do you think learning English is important? Why? Give your answer. You can begin. Yes, I think English is important because. Now continue. Good. Next. Is social media good or bad? You can say, personally, I think. In my opinion. On the one hand. However. That's why I believe. Now speak. Excellent. Next question. Would you rather live in a big city or a small town? Why? Think for 3 seconds. Then speak. Good. And one more. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? Speak. Excellent. Notice something. You don't need advanced vocabulary to express an opinion. You need simple structures that you can use quickly. Part 10. When you don't know what to say. Sometimes your English isn't the problem. You simply don't know what to say. So here's a trick. Use the what, WHY example method. First, what do you think? Then, why do you think that? Then, can you give an example? Let's try. Question. Do you like learning English? Answer. Yes, I do. That's okay. But it's short. Now add WHY. Yes, I like learning English because it helps me communicate with more people. Now add an example. For example, I can watch English videos and understand them more easily. Now you have a complete answer. What, why example? Let's practice. Question. Do you like traveling? What? Why? Example. Speak. Excellent. This simple structure can help you speak for much longer. Part 11. Practice a real conversation. Now imagine we're meeting for the first time. I'll speak. You respond. Ready? Hey, nice to meet you. How are you doing? Your turn. Good. So where are you from? Your turn. Great. What do you do? Your turn. Good. What do you usually do on weekends? Your turn. Excellent. That's interesting. What kind of music do you like? Your turn. Good. Do you enjoy watching movies? Your turn. Now I'll ask. What was the last movie you watched? Your turn. Good. And would you recommend it? Your turn. Excellent. Now notice what just happened. You practiced a conversation without memorizing a script. That's the goal. Eventually, you want English conversations to feel less like an exam and more like a normal conversation. Part 12. Train yourself to keep the conversation going. One common problem is answering a question and then stopping. Someone says, "Do you like cricket?" You say, "Yes," and the conversation dies. Instead, learn to add information. Yes, I really enjoy cricket. I usually watch matches with my friends, especially when it's an important game. Now the conversation has somewhere to go. You can also ask a question back. Yes, I like cricket. What about you? This is extremely useful. Here are some phrases you can use. What about you? How about you? What do you think? Have you ever tried it? Why do you like it? What happened next? These phrases keep conversations alive. And remember, being a good conversationalist isn't only about speaking. Listening matters too. The British Council points out that good listening is an important part of conversation because understanding and showing interest creates more opportunities for meaningful interaction. So don't think, what sentence should I say next? Instead, listen to the other person. React. Ask. Respond. That's real communication. Part 13. The 5-minute solo speaking method. Now let's create a routine you can use every day. You only need 5 minutes. Minute 1. Describe your surroundings. My room is small. There is a window next to my desk. My phone is on the table. Minute 2. Talk about your past. Yesterday, I went to work. After work, I came home. I watched a video. Minute 3. Talk about your future. Tomorrow, I'm going to. Next week, I want to. In the future, I would like to. Minute 4. Give your opinion. I think. In my opinion. I believe. Minute 5. Tell a short story. It can be anything. Something funny that happened. Something you learned. Something you watched. Something you experienced. And here's the important part. Record the entire 5 minutes. Then listen. Don't criticize yourself. Analyze yourself. Ask, did I speak clearly? Where did I hesitate? Which words did I repeat too much? Which grammar mistake did I make repeatedly? Which sentence was difficult? Choose one thing to improve tomorrow. That's enough. British Council resources specifically recommend recording yourself, comparing your speech, and focusing on specific pronunciation and fluency improvements rather than trying to fix everything at once. Part 14. Why speaking actually changes your English. Now let's talk about what's happening when you practice. When you only read English, you mainly recognize language. But when you speak, your brain has to retrieve words, build a sentence, choose grammar, organize your thoughts, pronounce the sounds, and keep going. That process exposes gaps. Maybe you realize, I know this word, but I can't use it. Or, I don't know how to make this sentence. Or, I always forget the past tense. That realization is useful. Research by Meryl Swain on second language output proposed that producing language can help learners notice problems in their language and modify what they produce. In other words, speaking doesn't just demonstrate what you know. Speaking can help you discover what you don't know. That's why you shouldn't wait until your English is perfect. You speak. You notice. You correct. You speak again. That's the learning cycle. Part 15. Your 20-minute daily English routine. Now here's the complete routine I want you to try. You can screenshot this part. Minute 1 to 5, listen. Choose a short English video, podcast, interview, or conversation. Listen carefully. Pay attention to pronunciation, rhythm, stress, and useful phrases. Minute 6 to 10, shadow. Choose several sentences. Listen. Pause. Repeat. Copy the rhythm and pronunciation. If possible, record yourself. Minute 11 to 15, speak freely. Choose one topic. Talk about it without reading. Don't stop because of mistakes. Keep communicating. Minute 16 to 18, review. Listen to your recording. Find 1 or 2 problems. Maybe pronunciation. Maybe grammar. Maybe vocabulary. Minute 19 to 20, repeat. Speak about the same topic again. Try to improve the problems you noticed. That's your 20-minute speaking workout. And you can do it almost anywhere. At home, during a walk, in your room, while traveling, even when you don't have a speaking partner. British Council resources also recommend talking to yourself and narrating everyday activities when you don't have someone available to practice with. The important thing is consistency. Part 16, your 30-day challenge. Now imagine doing this for 30 days. Day 1. Maybe you can speak for only 1 minute. That's okay. Day 7. You start answering faster. Day 15. You notice that common phrases are becoming easier. Day 20. You're translating less. Day 30. You listen to your first recording, and you hear the difference. Maybe your English isn't perfect. That's not the point. Maybe your accent is still there. That's okay. Maybe you still make grammar mistakes. That's normal. But if you can communicate more easily than you could 30 days ago, you are improving. And that's what matters. Final speaking practice. Before we finish, let's do one final challenge. I'm going to give you a topic. You have 1 minute. The topic is my future. Talk about your goals, your dreams, your career, your English, your travel plans, your personal life. Anything. You can begin. In the future, I want to. One of my biggest goals is. I hope that. I would like to. I know it won't be easy, but. Now. Speak. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't restart. Don't translate. Just communicate. Go. There. Excellent. You did it. Maybe that was difficult. Maybe you stopped. Maybe you couldn't find some words. But you spoke. And every time you speak, you are giving your brain another opportunity to practice producing English. Outro. So if you remember only one thing from this video, remember this. You don't improve English speaking by waiting to become fluent. You improve by speaking before you feel ready. Listen. Repeat. Speak. Record. Review. Correct. And speak again. You don't need 5 hours a day. Start with 20 focused minutes. 20 minutes where your English is not just something you consume, but something you use. And please don't be afraid of mistakes. Your mistakes are not your enemy. They are feedback. Every mistake tells you where you can improve. Every sentence you speak builds experience. Every conversation makes the next conversation easier. And every day you practice, you become a little more comfortable with English. So tomorrow, don't just watch another English lesson. Speak. Talk to yourself. Record your voice. Describe your day. Answer questions. Tell stories. Give opinions. Have conversations. Use English in your real life. Because English isn't a subject you simply finish studying. It's a skill you build by using it. So start today. Press record. Choose one topic. And speak. Your first attempt doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to happen. Keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep improving. I'll see you in the next video.